Alright. So it's Memorial Day. I got the fuel pump in. I've gone for my walk. I've done everything. So I decided I want to cook some ribs. So I'm heading up to the grocery to get me some ribs. I'm going to make me a little rub to put on them that has no sugar. And then I'm going to blacken them. And then I'm going to wrap them in foil and cook them for about 3.5 hours at 225, 250 or so. And we're going to have some good eating. I got this idea about making ribs just from watching Carnivore Kipp's channel. I don't barbecue a lot. I normally just grill out some steak or whatever. But I thought, that sounds good. And so I made some a while back. They turned out too good, but I left them on too long. And they got really dried out and kind of nasty on the ends. But the middle parts were good. So I'm going to try it now again. But I'm going to leave them on about 3.5 hours. Wrapped in foil, they seem to cook faster, and that's what I kind of have to do because I don't have like a actual smoker. I just have a little cheap Dana Glow propane grill that cost me like $100, and I use the crap out of it. I cook out on it every day, but it is what it is. I don't have one of those big expensive smoker machines or whatever. And but I like to try to cook me some ribs. Now I have heard you can just take and put them in the oven and cook them that way too, and I think that will be fine. But I'd rather just keep the heat on the outside of the house rather than having the air conditioning have to kick in and give me heat. I'm sorry, these roads in this town are just terrible. They keep raising our taxes, but they fix less and less here. It's pretty bad. But yeah, so we're gonna go get me some ribs, and we're gonna cook those up. I'm gonna show you how I do it, and if you really want to know how to like barbecue and cook some stuff, go watch Carnivore Kipp's channel. He's got some good stuff. But I don't get that fancy with it, but I still like to cook some ribs once in a while. So I'm gonna go head into Kroger's here and get me some. Hopefully it won't be too crazy busy, although it is Memorial Day and everybody's acting like a nut job and driving like crazy. But it is what it is. Alright, I'll be back. Alright, so here is how I make my rub. I take, a handful of salt. I take some black pepper. I don't normally eat this many spices, but for grilling out ribs, I will. A little mustard powder. I put a little bit of thyme in it. It's the ground thyme. I put a little cumin in it. Oh, that was too much. Just throw some of that away. Too much cumin. Okay. It's gonna be kind of cuminy. I'll put some garlic powder in. I'll put some chili powder in there. And I'll put some onion powder in it. And this will be my rub for the pork ribs. Like I said, I don't measure that in any specific amounts. It's just how I do it. It's what I got. It's what I make. Let's see if we can get them open here. I'm gonna cut them in half right about here. There we go. So now I'll just take and I'll sprinkle some of that powder on there. I'll wash my hands first. And then I'll just sprinkle some of this on. And just kind of take and blot it in a little with a paper towel. That's what I do. I can turn over and do the back side. I'm going to take that and set it over here. Okay, so I got my grill, so I'm just gonna go ahead and fire that up. Fire up both these burners, stick them up as high as they'll go, get it nice and hot. We'll close the lid. Now I'm just gonna take the wire brush off this grill. Alright, now I'm just going to throw a couple of these on here and let them blacken up. And we'll let this cook for a couple of minutes on each side until they get, you know, nice and kind of blackened up, and then we'll take and put the other two on here and blacken them up, and then we'll wrap them in foil and put them back out. I think we might be about ready to flip them. Yeah. Hot. Put a little on that side. Alright, I think we're about ready to pull these two. Let's see. One of the ways you'll know when it's done on that side is because it'll just let go of the grill. It won't stick to it. Yeah, that's good. Okay. So now we're going to put a couple of these on. Alright, I think we're ready to flip these. Alright, I think we're about ready to pull them. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is take and turn this burner off, turn this burner down on low. And we'll have to open this a little just to let it cool down while we go inside, wrap them on foil, because we'll want this about 250 be the highest, 225 to 250. Alright, so now we just got to pull out some aluminum foil. We can get it out. Want to double wrap them in case you get a tear. You don't want the juices to spill out. grab the rest of them. Okay. So now what I like to try to do is to put most of them over on this side. And that one's going to have to go up here. Because that way it's away from the flame. If we can fit them all in there. That's the question. We gotta make sure we put them the right way too, right? So they don't leak. There we go. Alright. We'll move them up. And we're a little below 300 right now on that temperature sensor, but it's going to continue to drop here. So we're just going to sit here and watch it for a while, make sure it gets in that 250 range. If it doesn't, I will prop a little something in the front here to open it up more, like so, you know, to help get that temperature down further. And then we'll just let them cook for 3.5 hours. Alright, so that's got us about to the 250 range. It's still cooling down just a little. I have to prop that open pretty good. And now we'll just let these cook. I'll come out here every 15-20 minutes, half hour, and just double check the temperature and make a little adjustment if I need to. And you want to keep that temperature as steady as possible for about 3.5 hours, and these will be cooked. And they'll be ready to eat. Alright, we got some ribs that are done for 3.5 hours. You can see how that has pulled back from the bones real nice. I think these should be good. We're going to try them. Alright, so here they are. They look pretty darn good. Let's try a bite. Oh yeah. Oh, that's incredibly good. Heck yes. My hands are a little dirty because I've been working on a car. I need to wash them. I don't really care about that sort of thing, but you know, I will wash them. Anyway, these are good ribs. 3.5 hours on the low heat after browning them.